I've spent years analyzing real estate markets on the ground, and right now, mainland buyers are miscalculating the basic mechanics of Vancouver Island. Investors often view the island as a secondary market, but its combination of geographic limits and outside demand makes it one of the most resilient real estate regions in British Columbia. The disconnect happens because out-of-province buyers still treat the island like a sleepy retirement destination. They are missing the aggressive demographic and economic shift occurring in real time. Every week, thousands of people load their lives onto these ferries. This volume of inbound movement is permanently increasing the density of the region. This chart tracks population growth projections. The flatter lines represent the national and provincial averages. That blue bar surging past them is Vancouver Island. The volume of people arriving here consistently outpaces the rest of British Columbia. We have to look at exactly who is arriving. These are equity-rich boomers leaving Ontario and Alberta. They are highly paid remote workers prioritizing location over a downtown commute. And they are lower mainland residents cashing out of Metro Vancouver and bringing their deep pockets with them. A massive influx of outside wealth is structurally raising the financial floor of the entire market. The prices are no longer dictated by local wages. When you acquire property here, you are purchasing a decoupled asset. Buyers pay a steep premium for a highly coveted lifestyle asset. They are securing access to extreme environmental amenities that cannot be replicated elsewhere in Canada, most notably the country's only Mediterranean climate, offering mild, wet winters and warm, dry summers. Then you layer in the secondary anchors. You have highly walkable urban centers in Victoria, expanding tech infrastructure, and daily helijet routes that make the island viable for executive-level remote work. The high cost of housing here is the permanent, locked-in admission price to access these finite environmental and social amenities. But demand is only half the story. The other half is a chronic, structural inability to build more supply. Vancouver Island is physically trapped between the Salish Sea, the Pacific Ocean, and a spine of rugged mountain ranges. On this topographical map, buildable land is restricted to narrow coastal strips. The agricultural land reserve makes suburban sprawl legally impossible. The only way out is up. Under Bill 44, owners can now build 3 to 6 units on a standard lot without rezoning. With new land effectively off the table, all that incoming interprovincial equity is competing for a permanently finite inventory of serviced lots. To navigate this pressure, you have to target the specific release valves. The primary expansion zone is Langford on the West Shore. It has a growing tech sector, aggressive municipal planning, and the relative affordability needed to absorb young professionals. Further north, you hit Nanaimo. As the mid-island hub, it captures lower mainland equity migrants due to its dual ferry terminals and expanding university infrastructure. Finally, there is the Comox Valley. It acts as a magnet for affluent retirees seeking high-quality healthcare and year-round recreational access, anchored by Mount Washington. Because these 3 nodes possess the infrastructure capacity to absorb the migration spillover, they offer the highest degree of security for long-term real estate appreciation. Buying into this market based purely on the lifestyle appeal is dangerous. There are severe, hyper-localized risks that out-of-province buyers consistently ignore. The island sits on the front lines of climate change. Every summer, buyers face the threat of dense wildfire smoke that can blanket the region for weeks. In the winter, seasonal atmospheric rivers deliver extreme rainfall, bringing high stream flow advisories and creating flooding threats for any properties sitting in low-lying areas or near unstable banks. Even the homes themselves carry hidden liabilities. Many older properties hide buried, rotting heating oil tanks in their yards. If you buy a property and that tank leaks, you are legally responsible for a soil remediation bill that can reach tens of thousands of dollars. And if your plan relies on Airbnb income to cover the mortgage, the province's new Short-Term Rental Accommodations Act restricts those rentals to a principal residence in most communities, wiping out traditional investor models. You have to abandon the casual vacation home mindset. This is a complex, highly regulated environment that requires rigorous, hyper-local due diligence. Navigating this market requires specific local expertise. Direct message me to be connected with the realtors and builders who understand these risks. Success on Vancouver Island depends on a partner who understands the reality on the ground.